Minnesota Vikings 2021 draft class is in the books, and a couple of UDFAs have signed. And yes, it is way too early to project a 53-man rooster, but don't care. Don't care. This is all for fun. This is all for schnitz and giggles. Plus, it'll be cool to compare it once they actually do make the 53-man roster official. See if we're shooting from the hip, how well we do. And yes, before rookie camp, which goes down next weekend, before OTAs, before mini camp, before training camp, before preseason, again, don't care. Way too early 53-man rooster projection. Let's go. So the Vikings, during the Kirk Cousins era, have traditionally only carried two quarterbacks on the 53. I think that happens again. Kirk Cousins, as well as Kellen Mond, the future franchise quarterback. They have taken a shine to Nate Stanley, a 7th-round pick out of Iowa last year. Big arm. Okay, I think it's the road for time to hit the road for Jake Browning. Cut it out. Jake Browning, deuces. Running back wise, you got Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Amir Abdullah, and Kenny Nwangu, the 4th-round pick from Iowa State. I think they go 4 deep again. They've gone 4 deep at running back over the past 2 years with Mike Boone and Amir Abdullah involved, where I think Nwangu will potentially win the kick return job. I think him and ISM will be in hot competition, but Abdullah is a solid receiver as well as contributes on other special teams, so maybe he hangs around. AJ Rose, the UDFA from Kentucky, no go. Fullback CJ Ham, the best fullback in the league. Sorry, Kyle, used. Check. Eat it. And then you got Jake Vargas on the practice squad. The Vikings always seem to like either a H-back or a fullback on the practice squad. So Vargas hangs around. Oh, by the way, so gray means to stay, means you're on the 53-man rooster. That should be pretty obvious. Green means you're on the practice squad. Red means cut. There you go. And with the COVID agreement last year, the practice squads still stay at 12 men, where it was 16 during whatever. It will expand to 14 in 2022, but who knows? I mean, they'll change things on the fly. I'm all about larger practice squads. Do that. Wide receiver wise, they're keeping 6. You got Justin freaking Jefferson. You got Adam Thielen, top 2, and then the rest of the group. Where I would like to say that ISM wins the wide receiver 3 job, but I don't trust this regime, man. I mean, last year, even though Gary Kubiak was here, Justin Jefferson didn't even start the first 2 games of the year. How crazy is that? I mean, you had Tajay Sharp and BC Johnson out there getting snaps. And also, remember, Zimmer was a guy in 2015 where he had 5th-round pick Stephon Diggs as a healthy scratch the first 3 games of the season. How crazy is that? So I like Smith-Marsette's talent. I just hope that he is able to show it off early on. And then you got Dan Jacinta, the special teams guy, and as well as Chad Beebe, coach's favorite. And also, here's the first shocker, Whop Philyor, the slot receiver from Indiana, who I really love. He makes the 53 just by showing up and showing off. I like it. 2 receivers on the practice squad, BC Johnson and Blake Prohl. They gave Blake Prohl a big chunk of money, man. $115,000 guaranteed as a ton for a UDFA. Myra Mitchell, as well as 2020 5th-round pick KJ Osborne from the U. They don't make it. Tight end wise, so here's where it gets interesting. So you got Irv Smith, you got Gronklin as your top 2 tight ends. Zach Davidson, the 6th-round pick, the tight end punter from Central Mizzou, he makes the roster. Plus, practice squad, Shane Zylstra, younger brother of Brandon Zylstra, who played at Mankato State University Community College. So you have the combination of Zylstra and Thielen. It's all just coming together. They are moving him to tight end. I think he makes the practice squad. I mean, due to 6'5", he's 220. He's a freak. It's interesting. Brandon Dillon, the Marion Barbarian. That one kind of hurts, but no go there. Offensive line. So teams generally carry 9, sometimes 10 offensive line, sometimes even down to 8, but we're going to carry 9. Left to right, Darisaw and Cleveland and Bradbury, and hopefully Wyatt Davis will be good to go to start the year, as well as Brian O'Neill, maybe on a fat-ass extension. I don't know. We'll see. But left to right, that's a damn good offensive line. They got Rashad Hill as your swing backup tackle. I like Rashad Hill as a backup, not as a starter. And then on the inside, here's where it gets fun. Kyle Hinton, Oli Udoh, and then you got Mason Cole, 3 guys that you like a lot. Well, definitely 2, and then you have Mason Cole. Blake Brandel, the 6th-round pick from Oregon State last year. I like his potential. Maybe he becomes a swing backup. Looked good in training camp last year. Didn't have preseason show up, but he makes a practice squad. And then gone, Zach Bailey, last year's UDFA out of South Carolina, was a midseason pickup. Then Drew Samia. And it's rare that you have a mid-round pick who doesn't who doesn't serve out his rookie deal, but yeah, we saw all we need to see last year from Drew Samia. Plus Dakota Dozier re-signing on a 1-year league minimum, nothing guaranteed deal. He gone. And then defensive line-wise, you could say that last year through injuries and attrition, the defensive line was the worst position group on the team. Now it might be the best because you got Michael Pierce back, you got Danielle Hunter back, you signed Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson, and then you drafted extremely well. I mean, baby. So defensive line, you got Wanham, Pierce, Tomlinson, Hunter, and then, well, listed Wanham as a starter, TBD. Could rotate in with Weatherly and Janarius and Patrick Jones. Oh my. Oh my. And it's so deep on the edge that you got guys like Jalen Holmes being cut, Jordan Brailford gone, Kenny Willekes on the practice squad, last year's 7th round pick from Michigan State, Johnny Tryhard. And on the inside, tackle-wise, you got your core 4, Pierce Tomlinson, Armand for Watts, as well as I think Jalen Twyman maybe slightly gets the time of day over James Lynch, as he's a more traditional 3-tech, but I wouldn't be shocked if those two are swapped free either of them. I think both are really good players. And then you got Jordan Scott, the UDFA nose tackle from Oregon. He is gone. Hercules, Zadeh Johnson. It hurts, but we move on. Linebackers. So besides Chad Surratt, they didn't really do much. So you got Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, and Nick Vigil as your 3 starters. Even though it's really 2 starters, since nickel is the new base, it's the Barr and Kendricks show. I think Vigil will get some of the snaps when they do go, base defense. And then Chad Surratt could work his way in there. He'll definitely play some special teams. Blake Lynch, I really like Blake Lynch, man. UDFA last year out of Baylor. He's a safety, he's a linebacker, he's a cornerback, he's a wide receiver, he's a running back, just a really special athlete. Just needs to learn the finer points of his position. Troy Dine, I'm not ready to give up on him, the 4th round pick from Oregon last year. Needs to add some size and be better at the point of attack. 2 guys on the practice squad. So Cameron Smith, what a comeback story, man. Missed last season due to open heart surgery. Former 5th round pick from USC. I think he sticks around on the practice squad. They got Tough Borland, where, man, Tough Borland is grit personified. Beyond the name, he's just not a special athlete, but just a gritty, gutty linebacker, which I think will become a fan favorite. I think he sticks around on the practice squad. Ryan Connolly, the former Giant, former Badger, former Eden Prairie standout, he does not make the squad, as well as Christian Ellis, the son of Luther Ellis, the former Lions great defensive tackle, the pride of Idaho, the former Vandal, does not make the roster cornerback-wise. So they didn't draft any cornerbacks, and as of right now, they've not signed any UDFA corners, even though they still have 6 spots to fill on the 90-man roster. So I think it's pretty much set. You got Dantzler, who is ready to become a Pro Bowler year 2 if he can stay healthy. Patrick Peterson, Mac Alexander, I think those would be your top 3 cornerbacks. Then you got young guys like Chris Boyd and Harrison Ham. Both deserve a little bit more of the time of day. I think Mike Hughes might be able to hang around just through non-additions in the draft, just through maybe he becomes a punt returner. TBD. Dylan Mabin, the former Ford and Ram, does not make it. Now, we have Jeff Gladney listed in black because I have no idea what's going to happen, where he could be cut, charges could be dropped, or there could be a settlement. He could still be on the team. Maybe he ends up on the commissioner's exempt list. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to go on with Jeff Gladney. Safety-wise, I think it's pretty straightforward. Harrison Smith, Xavier Woods, Cameron Bynum will be your top 3 guys. I think Metellus will work his way in there as well. I think they'll choose between one of the 2 safeties to be on the practice squad, whether that's Miles Dorn, the UDFA from North Carolina, or Luther Kirk, the midseason pickup UDFA from Illinois State. Just sort of flip a coin there. A specialist. So I think that it'll be a youth movement at the specialist spots, where Greg Joseph, he's fine, but he's a journeyman, veteran, practice squad guy for his career. I think that Riley Patterson is an absolute stud coming out of Memphis. I think that he could easily win the job, but you could see the Vikings do what they did last year with expanded practice squads. Keep a kicker on the practice squad, a la like Chase McLaughlin, just in case. Just in case your kicker has a meltdown, I think they'll do that. Or it could be swapped. Joseph on the roster, Patterson on the practice squad and protected. I think Von Rosenberg will win the punting job. Brent Skolkook came back on a 1-year, nothing guaranteed deal. He's probably going to get cut if he didn't take that deal. And even though Rosenberg is 30, he's almost as old as Skolkook. It's kind of funny. And then even though Andrew DePaula was really solid last year filling in for Austin Cutting, he's 34. And if Turner Bernard can just spin it and stay out of his own head, I think that this is going to be his job long term. So that's it. That is the way too early 53-man Rooster Vikings roster projection. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.